Welcome back, friends, to episode 36. And yeah, gotta wear my Union Chicagos to pick up this pair. Oh, yeah. As usual, if you want to skip to the lace swap, use our bookmarks and skip to the lace swap. So today we have the Air Jordan 1 Low OG in the Chicago colorway. Oh, it's been a long wait for this pair. It's been almost 10 years. 2016 was the last time that these released, and really glad to have them in hand. This shoe really needs no introduction. It's the classic Chicago colorway, return of the big swoosh. I love that. And what's surprising is they are not selling at all. It's sitting in Canada. Everywhere from retail stores this morning. They're everywhere, which is awesome for people like me that likes to buy and wear their shoes, but not great for resellers, which I don't really care about. Speaking of which, if we look at what they're selling for, the 2016 pair, hilarious enough, here they are. Looks pretty much exactly the same, exact same design with a big swoosh. And the pricing on it is still atrocious. $825 for the smallest size there, or for the cheapest price. But yet you look at the 2025 pair this year, and you look at the resale numbers on this, and it's selling for under retail, which is crazy, which is great. I wouldn't say crazy because, like I said, it's great that everyone can get a pair. And it's really just deja vu because in 2016, same thing happened. All the original low Chicago pairs sat, even went on discount before they skyrocketed the prices that we saw. So maybe it'll happen again, but don't hold your breath on that one. All right, we'll start off with the unboxing. Let's pull these out. So the box is just your standard Air Jordan 1 Nike box. So there's a good look at it in the, Chicago colorway. Of course, it's black and red. So yeah, everything is pretty much the same. You've got the printing on the bottom there, and of course you have the right there, the 1985 Air Jordan 1 script on there. Official colorway, varsity red, black, summit white. Classic colorway. All right, let's pull these guys out. All right, you got the standard wrapping paper. This is actually interesting that they wrap each shoe individually. Usually that's reserved for shoes with like suede material that gets really easily damaged during packaging, but this is just standard leather and standard leather paint, so I'm actually surprised that they wrap them up individually. Not sure why, but hey, I'm not going to complain too much about that one. All right, and on the inside we've got our cardboard shoe trees, which I really miss. We don't see these often. Like I mentioned in previous videos, we get most of the paper shoe tree, better for the environment, but these cardboard ones are great. And of course, the alternate laces, white laces. Again, we'll have them laced up in the white laces later on. I'm not going to do any other colors because that's just, sacrilege. This is a Chicago colorway. It's black or white for laces, and that's it. So there you go. There's your first look at the Chicago Low OGs. All right, let's start out with the outsole. It's in red, just your standard Jordan 1 outsole. Midsole is in white, no aging. I know a lot of people hate the sale and everything like that, but no aging. You got your big swoosh. Look at that, big swoosh, and 8 lace holes there. So, it's the new shape, and then you have your Nike Air. This is not the same as the 85 breads that came out. It doesn't have the 85 style Nike Air. There's the tongue, the foam lining in the middle. And this is not an 85 cut shoe. So if you look at the midsole there, you can see that it's just a standard OG. You have the Air Jordan logo embossed on the back there. And then on the inside, you have Nike Air on the insole. Take that insole out. And underneath the insole, you have, this is all standard fare Jordan 1 Low. You have that foam lining that's kind of underneath to make it a little bit more comfortable. And of course, you have a Dream Cell insole here. Again, this is all just standard fit. This is not going to be the most exciting review here in terms of details because this is just a standard low OG, and the special part is the Chicago colorway. Nice to look at the outsole. And no aging. This looks like a brand new shoe, so very much identical to the 2016 pair that came out, and just, look at that size of that swoosh. Big swoosh there. So, all right, looks great. So, just pretty much standard fare. So, all right, let's continue on. Let's go get these laced up and see how they look with the laces on. All right, there you go. Here's a good look with the laces on. Very, very classic. It's a classic Chicago colorway. Love these things. It's been 9 years since they came out. I did get a pair in 2016, only in kid sizes. So two of my kids have worn through them already. So my third kid wanted a new pair, so I actually got him a pair as well. Yeah, just glad that they're back in hand. All right, on to the comparisons. We'll start off with a couple pair of other Jordan 1 lows. So first we have the black toe, and yep, this is the older style design with the 7 lace holes versus the 8 lace holes on each side. Just looking at them here, you can take a look at that swoosh. There you go. There's a much bigger swoosh in the new design here. Look at the medial side there. And yeah, that big swoosh is just so much more imposing. It just looks so much better. I'm glad that they switched to this new big swoosh design, and it looks great. So yeah, next pair we'll look at the K54 Jordan 1 low that was released this year, and this is also the new design with the bigger swoosh, and you can just do a side-by-side comparison here. Yeah, it's roughly about the same size. So this is basically the new normal, and you can see that the midsole is the same shape as the Chicago there, the K54 and the Chicago. So it's the new low OG shape here. And then finally I have the Bike Air. This one, the swoosh might be just a tad touch smaller here, and but it is from the same design. It's the same 8 lace hole design there. So they just mix and match a little bit, but just glad that they are reintroducing the 8 lace holes in the bigger swoosh again. A couple other pairs of lows that I like to compare with. Travis Scott, the canary version there. And you can see the Travis Scotts have always had the big swooshes regardless. So this is just basically adopted into the low OG line. The medial swoosh is an even more ridiculously large size, which they did not adopt. Thank God. Let's leave that to be a Travis Scott only thing. And yeah, like I was saying about the 85 cut, here you go. That's the 85 cut. You can see the design of the midsole. The texture is very, very different on the 85 cut. And you can see that the curvature is a lot different. It's a lot deeper curve on the 85 cut right there versus the low OG. So it would have been nice if they made the 85 cut in the Chicago. I would say that these pairs of Chicago are more for people that want to wear their shoes, and eventually they'll release an 85 cut low in the Chicagos, and probably make them those are probably going to be the ones that collectors are going to be looking for. And finally, for comparisons, let's go and compare the various versions of Chicago highs that I have. First off is the Lost and Found. The Lost and Found color is actually a little bit darker. Well, there's that midsole there. Forgot about that. The aged midsole. A lot of people it's a 50-50 split to what they like. And then, of course, the red is a lot more matte. It's shinier, a little more tumbled on the Chicago low versus the Lost and Found. You can see the reflections there with that lighting there, that it's a little bit of a matte look there. This is my pair of Union Chicagos. Again, you see that sail midsole. Much more tumbled leather on here, and if you look at the color difference, again, it's slightly different. It's a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more deeper red on the low OG that was released today. Yeah, I think this is a better look from the back. There you go. You can see it's a more vibrant red. Darker but more vibrant. I don't know how to kind of explain it. So yeah, the reds are definitely not the same. Let's do a back-to-back comparison here, and you can still see, once again, it is a more vibrant color here than the Lost and Found. So yeah, it's not exactly the same as those ones. I don't have another pair to compare it to other than this one. This one's funny enough, this is more of a kid's the Spider-Man. You can lots of different materials on here, but that one is more vibrant than the low OG. But again, this is more cartoon-like and everything, so it's that's by design. So yeah, there you have it. Just a good comparison with all the different versions. Yeah, if we compare the swoosh size, and the Lost and Found does have a little bit slightly bigger swoosh, but it's definitely not as fat as the low OG. The low OG, you can see it, the head of the swoosh is a little bit wider right there in comparison. So it's a good look. Big swooshes always look better than small swooshes. All right, let's see how they look on feet. Oh yeah, that just looks so good. Look at those big swooshes, just right in your face. Yeah, these go great with anything, shorts, long pants, jeans. Really love how these look. All right, let's take a look at some studio shots of the Chicago Low OGs here. Look at that red, that deep, bright cherry red in the Chicago Bulls colorway. So this is such a classic great colorway. Just a great looking shoe. That swoosh, look at the size of that swoosh. There's a close-up of it. You can't get any better than this. This is just why we're all sneakerheads here. Yeah, not much more to say. So this is just a beautiful looking shoe. And of course the black laces. Speaking of laces, let's get to the lace swaps. And as always, I always like to start with the laces that it comes with in black. Yeah, this is, I think, the classic look, right? You've got white tongue, red leather for the eyelets with black laces. It's just a great mix of contrast. And of course the white laces, here you go. I'm not personally not a big fan of this because the white laces kind of wash out with the white tongue there, but some people really like this look. The only time that I've actually used white laces on Chicago's here, there you go, it's all kind of washed out, can't see it, whereas the black, it just pops right out. The only time, it's a cleaner look, but the only time that I actually preferred is, bring out this other pair I have. This is that custom pair that I had commissioned by a local artist, by Maddie Cook. And yeah, so if you have the kind of black outline around them, it makes them pop a lot more. So that contrast just goes away when you have white laces on a white tongue, and it's always a difficult choice. I know it's a cleaner look, but it's tough. All right, let's take a look at some studio shots of the lace swaps here. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of the white or black laces, or any other colors that you like. But yeah, it is a clean look. I'll give them that. But you know, my personal preference is the black laces we have here. It's the way to go. All right, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting our channel. We're almost at 500 subscribers, so let's keep it up. Thanks a lot for everything, and we'll see you at the next drop.